So chapter 4 came out, and it's so good that it fixes one of the problems that I had with this show. It finally answers what Yang was actually truly after, all right? So in this season, she apparently was looking for Raven, not Ruby. But now we know she's looking for Raven to get to Ruby. So that's it, you know. Great job, Miles and Carrie. Great job, Rooster Teeth. Great job for the crewbie for making this amazing episode. It fixes everything. She was actually looking for Ruby the whole time. We were just a little misled. A little trick. And hey, you know, we shouldn't always jump the gun. That's what I say. So that's it. That's the video. That's all the video. That's all there is to this video. I'll see you guys later. Just kidding. Fuck that. It's not like they fixed Volume 4 scene retroactively. It still looks like she's going to Mistral, going to Ruby. That's the way it was fucking framed. And this episode makes it even more clear that no, she didn't go to Mistral. She's not looking for Ruby. She's looking for Raven to get to Ruby. So she had to go to the other side. So fuck that. You know, they should have left it ambiguous. That was bad framing, bad directing. I don't know, that bad something. And that's it.
I'm very tired, and I'm not feeling right. All I wish is to be alone. Stay away, don't you invade my home. Be gone if you hang outside. Don't come in, I'll only run and hide. Who can it be now? Who can it be now? Who can it be now? Who can it be now?
Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome to my very first RWBY Volume 5 review. This is Chapter 4, Lighting the Fire, which I guess is a reference to, I think it's Volume 2, Episode 4, Burning the Candle. I think that's it. It's maybe Episode 5. I think it's Episode 5. No, what? Episode 6. Episode 6. Like, one of those, alright? We started the episode with Yang and Shady Man on Yang's bike, Bumblebee. Shady Man is doing his shady things, you know, he's already looking, he's looking around, and eventually they stop, and he's like, oh, I gotta go here for some fucking reason, and Yang's like, yeah, I mean, Yang just makes this face that's like, yeah, you're going to do some bullshit, right? And that's what he does. He brings his bandit friends, right? And he's like, yo, fuck you for what you did to me. You're gonna pay back, and you're gonna take your lumps.
Now to pay me back for this tooth, we're gonna take your bike, and you're gonna take your lumps.
Shouts out to that RTAA reference.
Hey, shut up. Take your lumps.
And they fight, you know, and it's a pretty good fight scene. I'm gonna say that. It's I think it was a little choppy, but I think it was my computer. I don't think it was necessarily the animation itself. I could be wrong though. But animation wise, it was nice. The movements were, the choreography, everything was really good. I gotta point out though about these bandits. First thing is they are really blind. All right, like they are blind. You can just look at Yang and you can already see a resemblance with Raven. In Volume 2, it was definitely super blatant. Like, it was literally Yang recolored, and that was it. In Volume 4, now they have the new engine. Now they can do better. They can do better designs now. And Raven is a little bit more different, but still, like, you can tell, bro. What come on, bro. You're serious? Nah, fuck that. And second, like, these bandits are fucking weak as shit. They are weak as fuck. And like throughout this whole episode, it's just them getting their asses fucking kicked by this fucking, well, I'm gonna call her kid, but no, she's probably 18 now, you know, she's an adult.
And I think I've been through enough to be considered an adult at this point.
Guys, she's an adult, alright? She's legal. No. I'm sorry, this is not very funny. I'm sorry. That is not cool. And, she's not even a hunter, right? So and Crow's talking. It wasn't Crow. Well, it was kind of Crow, but mostly it was Lionheart, like talking about these guys like, as if they are really strong. Hey, Yang, like, fucking cleans these guys up. Like, no, they're shit. Raven is cool, and the Spring Maiden is probably cool, but like so far, I am not impressed. Anything interesting pointed out in this scene? Well, first Yang takes off her, I'm gonna call the butt capes, right? And I mean, thank God. I mean, I thought it was that shit was really stupid. Blake has one too now, and it looks really impractical. But I guess Yang also thinks it's impractical because she knew this guy was gonna do some bullshit, so she takes everything off. She prepares herself to this fight, you know. That's good to know that you can take it off. And to me, it's impractical and ugly. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no win-win with me. She should just take it off and that's it. I mean, she should just take everything. You know what I'm saying? Like just take off everything, and because you know she's a. I'm very sorry. That's not funny. That's very unprofessional. I'm sorry. Anyway, after the fight, we see Yang shaking, confirming finally that the PTSD is not triggered by water. I don't know it's fear, because she's very calm when she's fighting. I assume it's anger, because there's a lot of things with this character that relate to that. After all of this bullshit, Shady Man is like, oh man, Raven's gonna kill you, and Yang's like, well, she's my mom, so shit, she's gonna kill me. Some bullshit like that. It's funny, I guess, but whatever. That's it for that scene. Moving on, we have Ranger training, which I wasn't expecting for this episode. So and we get again. Well, first we see RWBY fighting Oscar, mostly Oscar, until Osman takes control and beats her up. The thing is, like, a certain line that's very interesting is when Jean says, "Oh, Oscar is like improving really fast."
Man, Oz wasn't kidding. Oscar's picking up on this stuff fast. Which,
like, Jean is not like a normal case, right? So I don't think he should be the one to be. I don't think he should be the one saying that line. Like he doesn't know what normal is. So he's qualifying Oscar's speed and training, and it's like I don't know. Like I don't know. I don't think you're qualified to know this, but like whatever. We gotta. It's RWBY. If a character says something, like you gotta take it for what it is, and that's it. Don't question it. Having said that, again, we touch upon the semblances one more time. We do a little bit more exposition about each character's semblance, when they unlocked it. RWBY's is confirmed to be in the middle of training. Ren unlocked during the stressful thing. I'm gonna assume he had the aura unlocked at that time as well, but I'm not sure about that either. Was his dad a hunter? That's a whole situation I don't want to get into right now. But Nora says lighting like hit Nora and she survived. Like, is that literally what happened? Is that a joke? Like, that was like, I don't know. It's Nora. Like, it could be either or, you know. That's it. So we end the scene with John. John, I don't know what my semblance is either. And it's like, and the fucking RWBY brings Oscar to Jean, and dude, the fucking music starts playing, and I was losing my fucking shit.
Someone said, but we all know he will. You will too. Help each other get stronger.
What is this song? What is this moment?
It was so funny. Like, it was like fucking like bullshit. Like, hey friend, there's another friend that I have. You can be friends. You know, we can be friends. And it's like, I don't know. It was dumb. It was funny. It was dumb. I think it's also like a maybe it's a subtle like thing against the shipping bullshit, because there are a lot of people who ship Jean and RWBY, Lancaster, and then the last episode had the fucking Rose Garden scene that I was like losing my shit over.
Oh god! Oh god!
it's just, I've never...
First time's all around.
Oh god, it's so bleak.
And now we have this little moment. Hey guys, let's not do this shipping bullshit. They're friends. Maybe. I don't know. It was fucking weird. It was funny though. So, but that's really it for the scene. Crow, meanwhile, is probably again looking for hunters. So I wonder, what do you think these hunters are gonna be? Like, are they gonna be totally new characters? Because I think with this situation, if I think I'm right in saying that Team Sun like was from Misrule, and Auburn, the team with the skate girl and the black chick that was punched really hard against that rock in Volume 3. Like, I think those are from Misrule, and I think this would have been a perfect time to reintroduce all these characters again, right? So yeah, like I think we're gonna see them, maybe some new characters, but you know, that's it. Crow is not in this scene. This is just speculation. Anyway, so Yang finally arrives at the I don't remember if this place has a name. Just Bandit Land. Let's just call it that. I don't know.
The fuck is going on with her face? Oh my god! Oh my god! So is Weiss in here? That's the real question.
So I was watching this scene. I was like, okay, so where is Weiss? Is Weiss in here at the same time? Is there a difference in time? Like, she arrived later? What's going on?
Okay. Oh!
No, Weiss is in this place while Yang is at this place. So they have to meet. Spoiler alert, they do, alright? And it's fucking awesome, alright? But first of all, like, we gotta talk about all of the dialogue in these fucking moments, alright?
So let's talk about Volume 2. Let's talk about Volume 2 and that ending, please.
One of the most interesting things during this conversation is, like, immediately when Raven shows her face, you can already see Yang shaking. Again, I don't think this shaking thing is about fear or anxiety. I think it's really just about anger. You know, like, anger is a constant with Yang. And there's a lot of moments where Yang does things that are overly violent, I guess, like unnecessarily. Unnecessarily violent. I guess that's the correct term. I'll make a video later about this. So the first part of their conversation is about how Raven knows what Yang has been doing. You know, Yang wanted to find her, wanted to ask her questions, and Raven is like, hell yeah, you arrived, congratulations, and she invites Yang for dinner and shit, and for her to ask any questions, and she's gonna answer them. But Yang is like, I don't care, I'm not here for that. Raven is like weirdly angry about that, which is like, I'm not here for you. She's like, what the fuck? What was that? Which is interesting, but Yang again talks about her true motivation, and that is actually RWBY. And Raven's like, why would I fucking help you? Why would I help you go to RWBY? Yang is like, because we're family. And she fucking makes this pose, her fucking hands just in her heart, and it's like, what the fuck is this? Like out of all the, like, that scene is kind of, it's weirdly out of place. The fucking answer, Raven's like, fucking family, fucking bullshit. You only appear when you need something. Which is true, but also that's what you do. That's what you did with Crow. So I mean, I don't know, bro. I don't think you're any better. So Raven is kind of disappointed and asks, like, why are you spending all this time looking for me when you could, like, spend all that energy looking for RWBY? And Yang is like, well, I don't know where RWBY is. I know she wants to go to Haven. I don't know if she's got there yet. This confirms that she didn't read the letter in Volume 4, that she grabbed the bike and she left immediately. And because of that, she doesn't know that RWBY is already in Misrule, in Haven, doing stuff. She doesn't know. She could be anywhere. Anima, I guess it's the name of the continent. I don't know. That whole place, right? And Raven, she can get to RWBY much, much faster. And how is that? Raven's semblance. Her teleportation thing. So apparently the way that her teleportation works is Raven creates a bond with people, and with that she can create portals, and those portals lead her directly to those people. So if she meets you, she can create a portal. Hey, what's up? What are you doing? Right? So she has one for Yang in Volume 2. She has one for Taiyang. Probably, obviously, they loved each other at some point. And she has one for her brother, Crow, which we see in Volume 4 when they have the little conversation, which again makes sense. So Yang knows that Crow is with RWBY. Apparently they had a conversation and Crow was like, yo, I'm gonna protect her, I'm gonna be around her, something like that, you know? So Yang trusts Crow and knows that Crow is around RWBY, keeping an eye on her. And if that's the case, getting to RWBY through Raven is the fastest way to do it. So that cleans up, I mean, the main problem, which was like they made her. Here's the thing, I made a video about how is Yang looking for Raven. It cleans up like the intention of the scene. Like they in Volume 4 you have Yang, and it looks like she's gonna choose Raven or RWBY, and it looks like she chooses RWBY. Like direct framing wise, it still looks like she's going for RWBY, right? That's still a problem. That's still an issue. So that's still like bad directing or framing or whatever. Like that's still bad. But the intention of the scene itself, like the meaning of the scene, like it's still intact. Like she chose RWBY, right? She chose RWBY, and the character short reinforces that. But now she's like, oh, Raven, but it's actually still for RWBY. So it was like a trick. It was actually both at the same time. I think this is great for the character, but again, like it still doesn't fix the Volume 4 finale scene retroactively. Like they should have left it ambiguous. That was a mistake, straight up. But you know, what are you gonna do, right? I think this is a good compromise in terms of character. I think Raven going for Raven is much more stronger. And Yang using Raven to go to RWBY is even more stronger character-wise. You know what I'm saying? But again, Volume 4, it's misleading your audience. There's no real reason for that. You could have done that much better. But that's it. So, moving on. So Raven is like, okay, well, that's really cute, and that's impressive, actually. That's very noble. I think that's the word she uses, that you want to go to your sister. But I don't think you should go to Crow. I don't think you should mess with Crow. I don't think you should mess with Osman. I don't think you should mess with that whole situation, because it's bigger than you. It's bigger than all of us. That's what she says. And Crow was an idiot for trusting Osman, just like I was. That's what she says, for trusting Osman as well. So again, we're keeping it really vague. What happened exactly? It's not stated what happened exactly. Why she thinks Osman is an idiot. Well, Osman is an idiot because he lost Beacon, but like, why exactly? If she could be there, if she was there, maybe it would have been different. You know, like, why did she actively refuse to help Osman? We still don't know that, and I hope we know next episode. But again, Raven is like, don't fuck those guys. I think you should be here. I think we should be with me. I think this is the best place to be. And Yang obviously is like, fuck off, you fucking bitch. Get the fuck out of my face. Give me that portal. I want to go to my sister. So Raven is like, well, aren't you stubborn? And Yang is like, I'll get it from my mom. and this fucking dope ass song it starts playing. I think it's like a version of Armed and Ready. Get it? Armed? Because Yang doesn't have an arm. It's not funny. That is not funny. I don't think it's funny. It's easy jokes. But the fucking bandits start, you know, surrounding her, and Raven's like just ignoring Yang and just like going back to her tent, and Yang is like, well, did you fucking, and she's like screaming, did you hear me? I want you to take me back to my sister. And she said, damn it, by the way. She swears, like, this is not a Christian show anymore. Like, I mean, oh my god, like, ridiculous. But like, she says that and she's screaming, right? But then like some fucking bandit. I'm very sorry. It's Bandit number 2, guys. It's Bandit number 2. All right, it's Bandit number 2. That's his name. But if a person has a name, you gotta name him, right? Bandit. So the Bandit number 2 is like, that's enough. Like he fucking screams. Like Yang is screaming. But like, it's Barbara. Like, it's like an okay. She's okay at voice acting. She's like, I mean, I'm not gonna say she's bad, but like whatever. But then this fucking guy appears out of nowhere, and he's fucking screaming so much, and it's like jarring. Like his voice like just comes out, cutting Yang's sentence off, and it's like, whoa, bro, you need to chill the fuck out, bro. I think the guy's probably he's probably an actual voice actor, so it's probably the difference. Because you have a whole scene with like kind of inexperienced people, and then like this guy appears. It was jarring. Like he screams and it's like fucking jarring. And the way the scene is framed is like, hey, who's talking? I think it's that guy on the right. I'm not sure.
I said, send me to Crow, damn it! That's enough! You watch your mouth in front of our leader!
That guy, yo, that's over voice acting. Like, this guy's. The fuck was that voice, bro? What the fuck?
But it was really funny though. and the guy's like, you watch your fucking mouth, because again, like Yang is swearing, it's really disgusting. And you watch your mouth before our leader, and Yang is like, make me. I think it's like the second time characters are saying that fucking line. I think Blake was the first one.
You're going to have to make me.
There's probably more. I don't know. Is this a joke from the writers this season? Why? Whatever. She says that. And the bandits are like looking at each other like, hey, like, kind of hesitating a little bit. Like they don't want to beat the fucking daughter and the leader. There's a little bit of respect there, you know. Hey, and I can respect, you know. Also respect women, but that's not a funny meme. I don't like that meme. This shitty meme. But he you know he runs up to her and like Yang punches the guy and it doesn't look that good. It looks kind of slow, but like whatever. That's not important. What's important is Yang punches the guy. And the guy, like, goes flying, and like he breaks some wood stuff. I don't know what it is. I don't remember, but that reveals something, you know, that was hidden because of that thing. And it's fucking Weiss trying to leave, and Weiss is like, Yang, because she couldn't hear the fucking conversation apparently, and she was screaming, by the way. Like Yang was screaming, and Yang's like, Weiss. and Weiss says, well, fuck subtlety, I guess. And she fucking summons the fucking knight thing. I don't remember the name. It's not tiny anymore. Now it's pretty big. And she breaks the fucking place that she was in. And she runs up to Yang. And they start, and they have their backs to each other, ready to do some action. And Yang's like, what the fuck is that knight? And she's like, well, forget it, what are you doing here? And Yang's like, well, that's my mom. And she's gonna help me, she's gonna help us go to RWBY. And Weiss is like, yo, your mom kidnapped me. And I'm like, Weiss is blind. Is everyone blind in the show now? Like they look similar. Are we kidding? Like, what's going on? Like, they look similar. Like, you should have noticed immediately. But whatever. So Weiss is like, your mom kidnapped me. Yang's like, you kidnapped her. And then the fucking bandits just start and I don't fucking understand what they're saying. What are they complaining? Like, I don't know. Who fucking cares? Weiss and Yang get ready. They fucking run up to them. But all of a sudden, lightning strikes down in front of them, and you hear a voice just saying, enough. I think enough. Stop. Something like that. And they turn around. It's the fucking maiden, the spring maiden. Her name starts with a V. I don't remember what it is. Like Vag. I'm gonna call her Vag. I don't know. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, right? I cannot know every fucking name. And Riven is like, thank you. Stop this bullshit. Eventually you're gonna be grim, you know, because of their emotions and shit. Because that's a plot point. And all of a sudden, Raven's like, okay, well, whatever. If you want to go to your sister, get into the tent. We're gonna have a little conversation about the truth. I think that's what she says. Look, you better tell the truth, right? Or, I mean, we need to know why Raven left her team, and Osman in particular. Like, what happened? Like, that to me is the most interesting thing, and we still don't know what it is. So I hope that episode clears it up, and it's probably gonna put Yang and Weiss again into the main plot finally. Closing all of that bullshit up, which is interesting. Which is gonna leave again Blake. Is that she's in the middle of a lot of like bullshit that's not related to this, and I don't care. Honestly, I'm fucking glad Blake was not in this episode. This episode was pretty nice. Speaking of Blake, though.
Good job. Oh! That's the best ship, actually. This is actually the best ship the whole time. You didn't even know.
I missed you too.
Freezerbird was actually the best ship, and you didn't even know, bro.
You fuckers, you thought it was gonna be Ball and B. Oh, it's gonna be White Rose. You thought it was gonna be fucking Lancaster or some shit. No. It was actually Freezerbird. Alright? It was actually Weiss and Yang the whole time. That was the actual ship. That was the actual true romance that was going on. The clues were all there. You guys were all blind. You didn't even notice. But it was all there in front of you. And it's your fault, alright? It's your fault that you didn't notice that. It was, to me, it was very obvious, alright? I was just kidding, alright? I was just kidding. That was a really good scene, right? And they played, I think, I don't know, like the Volume 4 ending, not the Armin, I think it's called Home. I don't know. When Ruby's writing the letter, like, there's a fucking little song that plays. It's that song. That's the song that plays, because it's a song about home, but not actual home. It's the home with your friends, because you feel at home. That's the meaning behind it. Guys, I'm very smart. All right, I'm very smart. That's, you know, I watch a lot of Rick and Morty. That's a good meme. That one's a good meme. I watch a lot of Rick and Morty. Anyway, I forgot to mention one thing about Raven and her teleportation. So the teleportation that Raven has is a red black portal, you know, that she creates. Like before this episode it was not necessarily confirmed that it was their semblance. And she uses that Grim mask for whatever reason. She's not a White Fang member. And like, you have Cinder's glove, right, with that little Grim thing. And then there's the Volume 1 and I think Volume 3 opening where you see that teleport portal thing again. And it's like, all of those look really similar to Raven's portals. But if this is her semblance, then there's really no connection with any of that shit. So, I mean, that's it really. I just forgot to mention that. Overall, this episode was alright. It tried to clean up that whole mess with the Yang choice. I like the character aspect of this decision. I think it's more interesting that Yang is going to Raven, because we have this whole scene that is much more interesting than having, I don't know, Yang just on her bike going through all the places that Ruby has been, you know, looking for little clues, looking for, oh, is this a dust shell? Ooh, is this a little bit of her cape? No, I don't want to watch that, you know. This is much more interesting story-wise. But you cannot fix the way Volume 4 was framed. The scene in Volume 4 was framed, was directed, you know. I'm not gonna repeat myself, but it definitely looks like she's going in one direction, and it turns out not to be the case. It should have been ambiguous. They should have made it more clear. What we have right now is a lie, and that's it. That's it, really. Besides that, the fight is alright, but the bandits were really weak, and I don't understand why. I don't understand why Lionheart and Crow were hyping these guys up. You know, like, well, we've been hyping these guys up since Volume 4 with them destroying Xi'an and other villages. So Yang is enough for these guys? Like, really? What's going on? Is Raven keeping the good ones in other places? Are there a lot more, like, other camps or something? I don't know. So far, these guys are chumps. Voice acting, I feel like Raven, she sounded a little weird, but it's not super immersion breaking or anything. It's fine. I'm just a little confused with Raven, because at first, like, she's like inviting to Yang. She's like, hey man, well, welcome here, you know, let's have some dinner, you know. But Yang doesn't care about that, and she like gets angry and leaves. and then you have the whole like fight with Bandit number 2, and then Weiss appears, and there's the whole situation with, oh, you kidnap whatever, and Raven's like, ugh, she makes a noise or something.
That's my mom, and she could take us to RWBY.
Ugh.
And we end the episode with Raven willing to talk with Yang. Like, before she wasn't. Weiss appears and now she's willing to. Like, I don't understand that. But story progression, though. We got Weiss and Yang together, and we're gonna get some little exposition next episode, hopefully, and that is really good. This moves everything up really nicely, and honestly, again, I have a hard time predicting what's going on with the show, because if they're going to RWBY, right? If they're going to RWBY directly, then she's gonna ask question like, is that the portal? Is that Raven? Yo, take me there. We gotta talk with the maiden spring. Like, all this bullshit with searching for other hunters and like going up and training, going up there, like things could be fixed like very quickly because Yang and Weiss are directly going to RWBY. So we'll see how that unfolds, right? Like, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. The next episode is probably just gonna be exposition, but we're probably gonna have a Blake scene, and I mean, oh no. Dude, it has to happen, all right? Like, she's a month behind every other character. She has 2 months before Haven starts. Ranger has 1 month.
To strike on the last full moon before the beginning of the fall semester, roughly 2 months from today.
We have approximately 1 month before classes resume at Haven.
That's the timeline that we're dealing with. We need to speed her bullshit up. Hopefully Adam shows up, you know what I'm saying? But again, that's it. All right, episode. Things are moving, and I'm moving. I'm moving too. You know, I'm getting out here. That's it. That's the video. Leave a like, leave a sub, leave a comment, leave a whatever. I don't care. See you guys later. Bye.
Oh, yeah!